Okay, so this is going to be an install of the scouting application on the Raspberry Pi with some additional Raspberry Pi information. So for those of you who are new to Linux or Raspberry Pis, this is the Raspbian desktop. You own a home folder which has your login name. This is a very important name. This is the name of your home folder. And then you have a whole slew of folders that are yours, your documents. This is tantamount to my documents and downloads and all that kind of stuff. So wanted to show you this. What I'm going to do, this button here will launch the default browser. I'm not going to run it that way. I'm going to come over here and say, I want to run Brave. Now, Brave is my default browser. The reason I am running Brave is because it is a very, very, very lightweight and greased lightning browser for Raspberry Pi. Chrome, the Chromium browser, takes forever to boot. All that Google spyware stuff. So anyhow, let's go on over to PA Labs, PAHLABS.com. And no, you don't need to uppercase any of that. I'm just old school. So let's come on down here. And there's a number of things I've written for various people and things. So we will go to Scout Base, which is the install for this application. There's only one install. It downloads everything. Now, this is kind of like a product registration if you want to register that you are downloading it. You have to fill this out, but it doesn't have to be real data. So if you want to worry about your privacy, don't give me anything. If you would like to get an email when the product is updated or new versions are out, then give me your email address and I will send you an email when that occurs. Other than that, you will never hear a thing from me. And no, I'm not data mining. I am just trying to help you out to know that you have updates. So we'll go ahead and click download the product. We'll come over here and say scouting. And we can say okay and download. And somewhere on browse should be, hey, there it goes. Okay, so we have downloaded our zip file. So we're done with this. We can close here. Now, I have already loaded the folder browser. That's this double yellow folder thing. So in the Raspberry Pi download folder, this is what we downloaded. If I right-click that, I can say extract here. Takes a couple seconds. You get two installations. This is the Scouting Base app for Windows. This is the Scouting Setup installation for the client Scouting apps for Windows. And you also get ARM Scouting. Well, we're after the ARM Scouting. If you wanted, you can just go ahead and delete all of these, move them to the wastebasket because none of that applies anymore. And we will right-click this guy and say extract here. And there it goes. Okay, so now we have a couple folders and we have this is actually a icon or a desktop shortcut, if you will. All right, I have written a installation script that handles all of the install for you. It runs bash script with a number of other Linux tools um, to do the installation for you, but you can't just say execute this script. In the Linux world, everything has to be given permissions before it can do anything. So what we're going to do is come up here to Tools, and we're going to say, let's open a terminal, a DOS window, in the current folder. So now we have our folder here. We're all sitting here at downloads. Now, the first command, and this is all typed out black and white in your user manual, which I honestly say, please go view that as well. The commands we have to give are change mod, C-H-M-O-D, whoops, can't be uppercase, and I have to start with sudo. Sudo is basically saying run as administrator, CHMOD, we're going to change the permissions on something. We are going to plus X, which means add, execute to install.sh. Now, pay attention that absolutely everything I typed is lowercase. Linux is a case-sensitive app. If you typed uppercase sudo, that's a whole different animal than lowercase sudo. So once you get that, hit enter. What did I do wrong? I spelled the name wrong. Great. I can show you a real cool cheat. If you hit the up arrow cursor, it brings back your last command. So what we will do is add the second L, right? Install with two L's, sh. So the command executed, everything's awesome. So now we need to execute it, but I want to show you this first. We are going to right click and say open in a text editor. Now there's a great big block of code here telling you how to run this. And how to do that, to run this script, you want /install sh, and you have to supply it your root home folder name. Okay, that is this name, home, and then your name. That is a very important piece to add. If you mess this command up, then what you need to do is delete everything you got that we've done, and then go re-download and do it all over again fresh, because it'll end up in all the wrong places. So let's go back to our, let's go ahead and close this. So my name here is Pete, lowercase. So we're going to do /install sh space Pete. Now, this will go real quick and it'll echo back my Pete name. See, all done. Now, the cool thing about this is it has done a whole bunch of things for us. You should be able to, well, let's go look first. Let's go poke around. If we don't need this anymore. If you come over here and say, I want to view hidden files. Hidden files and folders are files and folders that begin with a dot. Okay, the first one we have is PA Labs, which is cool. That's our icon, which is a PNG, and the database lives there. It doesn't need to be up front. It also, down here in Scouting, you have two executables in Scouting. Let's go look at these. Look at that. You have reset Scouting database, just like you do normally on the Windows side. That's a .exe. And you have Robotics Scouting, which is the application. And then you have the PNG of our little man here. So when you run the program, you run this guy, double click him, execute, and it'll go. But what I want to show you is some of the other stuff it has done. So to get it into the menu system, we have to go to .local, share, applications, and lo and behold, there's our scouting robotics. Now, inside the commands inside here tells Linux where to put it and what he has to execute and all of that, which has all been modified based on you launching my script. If we now come to the menus, we will now see our Scouting Robotics app in our main programming menu. If you right-click him, you can say Add to Desktop. And in a minute, this will shift over to being the right icon. It may take a reboot. Sometimes Linux is funky that way. But we will go ahead and execute this. It'll pop up this screen to say, hey, what do you want to do? And lo and behold, you have now fully installed the software on Linux, which is the conclusion of this particular video. Okay, we got the Linux installation video.